Broadcast crews, Week 15, 2021. Great work developing your recent round of media stories. As we round the bend into the final few weeks of the semester, we'll set our sights on two areas of focus: media story number 6 and the voiced reel spring 2021. First, media story number 6. We'll have two options. Option 1, acts of social justice. Create a 1 to 2 minute media story that establishes a social justice issue in our society and how it is currently being addressed. Here are some examples. Example 1. NCAA women's basketball players celebrate a new weight room. Recently, according to NBC News, Stanford University sports performance coach Ali Kirshner shared images on Instagram of a small rack of dumbbells in the women's weight room, and then juxtaposed this next to an image of a complete set of benches, racks, and barbell weights in the men's weight room. In his social media post, Kirshner said, "This is the NCAA men's basketball tournament versus women's basketball tournament bubble setup. This needs to be addressed. These women want and deserve to be given the same opportunities. Not only that, 3 weeks in a bubble and no access to dumbbells above 30s until the Sweet 16, in a year defined by a fight for equality, this is a chance to have a conversation and to get better. An act, as Ta-Nehisi Coates would say, of growing into consciousness." Example 2. Michael Jordan and Jordan Brand are inviting community organizations to join the fight to end systemic racism. This is a good one. You might recognize the name Michael Jordan for his legendary contributions to the game of basketball and surrounding culture during the 80s and 90s. Well, now, according to Nike, as part of its 10-year, $100 million commitment to the black community to fight systemic racism through a focus on social justice, education and awareness, and economic injustice, Michael Jordan and Jordan Brand announced the opening of their first cycle of community grants, providing $1 million to local grassroots organizations that are creating more equitable futures for Black Americans. Growing into consciousness. Example 3. Major League Baseball moves All-Star Game due to restrictive voting laws. Recently, Major League Baseball made a bold move in the direction of equity by refusing to hold its annual All-Star Game in Atlanta, Georgia, to protest a piece of unjust policy. According to CNN, the legislation, which was signed last week by Republican Governor Brian Kemp, imposes voter identification requirements for absentee ballots, empowers state officials to take over local election boards, limits the use of ballot drop boxes, and makes it a crime to approach voters to give them food and water as they wait in line. Why does this matter? Because these rules make it more difficult for some people in some communities to cast their vote and have equal representation. Growing into consciousness. Example 4. Evanston approves reparations for Black community. According to NPR, the city of Evanston will make reparations available to eligible Black residents for what it describes as harm caused by discriminatory housing policies and practices and inaction on the city's part. The program is believed to be the first of its kind in the U.S. and is seen by advocates as a potential national model. Option 2, a media story focusing on a DIY recipe. This week we'll work within our crews to decide on the focus for this next media cycle. The final deadline for this media story will be Friday, April 23rd by 11:59 p.m. Next are voice reels. Similar to last semester, as the culminating project for this semester, we'll produce a video portfolio of your best, most defining work from throughout the semester. A slight evolution from last semester's voice reel, this time around you may choose to develop your own individual voice reel that showcases your own work, or you may choose to work collaboratively within your crew to develop a crew reel that features all of your voices and all of your work. The final deadline for this media story will be Wednesday, May 12th by 11:59 p.m. We'll see you in virtual class. In the meantime, stay safe, stay focused, and stay connected.